Here's all my favorite horror movies that I've watched recently. These are not necessarily new ones, but I've been watching horror movies nonstop, so these are my favorite ones that are on streaming right now. First up is Cuckoo. This stars Hunter Schafer and Dan Stevens. Hunter Schafer was amazing in this. I desperately hope they actually do cast her as Mystique in one of the upcoming X-Men movies. And Dan Stevens is incredible. He has become sort of like a canary in the coal mine for you're about to watch something awesome. He was also great in Abigail, which is not on this list, but it's definitely worth noting. It's one of those movies where the title only makes sense after you watch it, and I enjoyed every part of it. It has an amazing soundtrack, good cinematography, great location, and it has, no spoiler, but one of the more interesting blocking scenes in anything I've seen, which is blocking's like the movement of the actors. So no spoiler, but there's a part where there's two actors pointing guns at each other, and there's two people in the middle of it holding each other, using each other as human shields. And the person on this side is trying to shoot the person with the gun on the other side, but also wants to shoot the person on that side that is being shielded by somebody. And then the other person is trying to shoot that guy, and then the other person being shielded, but they both don't want to shoot the person. So it's like a double human shield Mexican standoff, and it's the only time I've seen anything like that. Next up is Strange Darling. This one I loved. It's non-linear, so it's done in chapters, kind of like Tarantino-esque. And they shot it on 35mm film, which I appreciate, and I'm sure got standing ovation at film festivals because they put it as like a title card in the beginning of the movie. So I appreciate that, but like I could see the movie. I know that it's shot on 35mm film, and because they put that at the beginning, that's all I could think about the entire time. But it's fun, and it has a little bit of a twist to it, but the twist happens sort of towards the beginning, which is great because you would have figured it out anyway by that point in the movie. So the non-linear stuff is actually really, really meaningful. It's fun, very original, and cinematography is great. Next up is Oddity. This one's a Shudder original. I recently got a Shudder account, and I definitely am loving it. But this one has one of the best opening scenes I've ever seen in my life. There's some parts of it that I don't necessarily love, that I feel like maybe I disagree with, or I wish they'd done more with this, but generally speaking, the acting's great. The concept is very, very fun, and it is very well directed. Again, especially the opening scene. If you like the first 10, 20 minutes of it, it's worth sticking around. Next up is The Sadness. This is a movie from Thailand, and like this says here, so The Sadness is the most violent and depraved zombie movie ever made. Now these things, these little lines here are usually BS. This might actually be true. I have never seen something that's so gory, so violent. This movie is so much fun. It is so much fun. Please, please watch it. Don't eat while you're watching it, but it is honestly one of the most violent movies I've ever seen, and I've seen everything.